Hello YouTube fans, here again. And now, I've done this before and I was talking about video nasties, and funny enough this was one of them. That being The Burning. Back in 1981, The Burning. This is one where I'm going to be argumentative and be judgmental because I don't task, this is my opinion, I don't task The Burning as being a slasher film. I don't task it as being one. Mean a slasher film, I mean being a video nasty. It's definitely a slasher film, but I don't task it being a video nasty, is what I meant to say. Now some people say, oh, it's a Friday the 13 rip-off. Yes and no. Yeah, there's similarities, and yeah, they wanted to do the special effects, because they wanted to do the effects in the original, and also did in the final chapter. However, that being Don Tofini, and I was about to say, however, yeah, Don Tofini did the effects, and I would say that there was a lot of films like that in that era, you know. Think of Sleepaway Camp, 2 years after this. Similar story. Those people always remember the ending of Sleepaway Camp. But anyway, let's get on with the story. Starts off with a guy called Max Topser. You know, he's a terror there. You know, he looks after the place. You know, one of them that does the gardening and all that. He's a taker, is what I meant to say. I know he's a bit of a bully. You don't get that idea, but you hear about him as being a bit of a bully. These kids who basically are there, you know, in the champ place, get their own back. They want to put a pank on him. Goes horribly wrong, and Topsy gets badly burnt. A couple of months later, or days later, he's in a coma. And he comes out the coma, but I love the scene. There's this guy, you just get one guy that likes to show off. Oh yeah, man, you should see him. He's a fucking Big Mac. He's a fucking Big Mac. He's a fence fly. It's a bit cool what he says, because the guy's badly burnt Topsy, but I just thought it was hilarious when the guy is showing off to his other guy, and he says that line, I'm telling you, man, he's a fucking Big Mac, a burger, burnt from every inch. And he gets shit up because Topsy jabs him by the arm, and he comes out of his coma. 2 months later, he's out. The only bit what gets on my fucking nerves, and I just don't even think it goes with the film. This is my parent. I've heard people give me love letters. I don't think you've ever seen the film. I just didn't think it went with the film. You got him fading, a bit of the PV sort, which yeah, say it's similar to Halloween. I would say it's similar to the early Friday the 13th. But a lot of slasher films did that. No, Black Christmas did it. Some of the Halloween films did it, as well as Friday the 13th. And I'm sure there's other slasher films what did that. But there's a scene, right? He sees a prostitute. Again, you've got the PV sort and the prostitute saying how much. The prostitute obviously sees him, but we, the audience, don't see him. Gets a pair of scissors, stabs the prostitute in the chest. Good effect, really looks realistic. But I didn't think it was needed. Wasn't needed. Why did he kill the prostitute? Did she fucking burn him? So it never went with the rest of the film. But that's just one little nitbit. The rest of the film, it's not bad. The other bits I never get is why is he killing innocent fucking people? But, you know, it's a slasher film and you go with it. It's a guy just wants to get his revenge and he takes it out on some of the people who are on the summer camp. You know, and some of the kills, some of them are brilliant. You got one who gets sliced in the neck, who's a bit of a buddy boy. No, he's a bit of a bully. And you get sliced in the neck and dragged through a piece of fucking wood. You get one who gets a throat slit. But the most iconic death scene of all is the boat scene. Everyone who's seen The Burning will know the fucking famous boat scene. They've got a boat, and the teenagers are riding the boat and they're laughing and joking. They see the fucking boat, out comes Topsy, slices some lad's fingers off, stabs someone in the dossett, in the throat, slaps one in this girl's head. Good effect, and again, Don Tofini is the man to thank for that. He did a lot of the door effects. Now, people will insult Topsy when you do get to see the fulfillment of him and he's all badly burnt up. But I don't think it was that bad. I think he had so many months to do that and he had to improvise the makeup on the actor who was playing Topsy. I don't think it was that bad for a burnt victim's face. It was over the top. I don't think it was that bad. I think he did a good job, a bang-up job for Don Tofini, who did most special effects in horror films, slasher films, you name it. But again, at the time, it come out at the one time, I think. You know, there was a lot of slasher films, and at that time, not only was there slasher films, which 1981 was a damn good day for slasher films. But this one bit, I always thought as who copied who. Because there's a scene where the guys go in a tamp store, Friday the 13th Part 2 did the same scene where a guy jumps out fighting someone and it's a prank and they're wearing a silly mask. You watch Friday the 13th Part 2, same fucking thing. So I always wondered who copied who here. Interesting notion. Again, Topsy's chasing this lad and the lad gets the better of him and he gets killed. I always remember jumping out the stim where Topsy jumps out when you see his burnt face. But he gets his robe preserved, he gets an axe across the fucking head, and he's dead. There was sort of a sequel bait ending where guys go in the same story at the end, you know, a tamp story, and he shouts that line out, "You're dead." Which, funny enough, the same lad appeared in the fourth Friday the 13th film. But they never made a sequel, and it's a damn shame. I think at the time, as I was about to say, at the time it came out on video, it came out I think roughly at the one time when all the video nasties come out. But even I've got the uncut one, and I've got to admit, yeah, there's some gore in that. But in all fairness, what slasher film didn't have blood? What slasher film didn't have fucking gore? And to be fair, My Bloody Valentine, which is now faded uncut, is a lot more fucking firing. And there's a lot more fucking dorier than fucking The Burning. The Dory scene is a scene where he kills the bully. He's a bit of a bully who picks on one of the lads, right? And he gets seized across the fucking dosset and pinned across a piece of wood. Good effect by Don Tofino. And the famous other door scene is the boat scene. Oh, and let's not forget the prostitute, even though I never thought it was needed. I've just added it. I've just said every Dory scene in the fucking film. The rest of it. Okay, you got to see where the guy's on fire. I do think that was pretty good stunt work. The stunt man who did that had a loot because he ran around for a solid hour with a burn suit on. No, you've seen it done in a lot of films, whether it's action, horror, whatever. And he's running around with a burn suit on and he throws himself across water. But to me, I just thought that was a pretty good stunt by the stunt man. So I just never tasked The Burning as being a video nasty. To me, it was just your typical slice and dice films around in that era. You know, 1981 to me was a damn good day for slasher films. You had Halloween 2, Friday the 13th Part 2, you had the one I just said, that being My Bloody Valentine, you had The Prowler, and you had this. And I like it, I like The Burning. I mean, I defend The Burning, I never tasked it as being a video nasty. Yeah, it's fine, yes, it's gory, but what fucking slasher film wasn't in the 80s? And I don't think it's as I said on my last review, I don't task it as being a Friday the 13th rip-off. Yeah, it's influenced it. And when you think about it, Friday the 13th did a lot of that where people were on a summer camp, they were getting bunked off one by one. Look at the one I just said. The one I just fucking said, Sleepaway Camp. But those people remember the ending of that more than that, but that was on a summer camp. There was a lot of films that had that similarities of Friday the 13th. You put away that, The Burning's a good one. I think it's one of the very well made films. You do feel bad when they get killed because you like the teens. Every teen in it, even the one who's a bit of a bully, they have a bit of a character about them. They have a character. So that's The Burning, back in 1981. Popular film on the days of foreign videos. Other than that, I'll see you later.